Welcome back to the Coons Family Fantasy Football Podcast, the KFFF for short. I realized last week I only called it the KFF, which is not what we are. But this is, well, we made a mistake last week. Jesse, pull up somewhere. I don't. Where direction do you come on? This one, I
I'm
think.
over here.
Split screen. We made a mistake last week.
It's true. Well, the mistake I made was I didn't realize that I couldn't make the adjustment once the game started on Thursday. Because I had read that you can adjust the length of the championship. But once that game started Thursday, I couldn't. So our championship was only 1 week, which was not what we had discussed. But it is what it is. We'll do better next year.
That's the main topic of today's podcast. But we can, I guess, we should probably dedicate some time because we do have the actual champion of.
We should
the
recap.
fantasy football league.
I mean, we do the normal show. Let's recap. Let's bring up the scores. You got to go little because now I'm little. You're big.
All right. No, I'll be little. I'll be little once I click on it. I just have to change the scene. So we'll run through the consolation bracket. Unfortunately,
a lot of weirdness. Because of that Monday night game. That was the game of the year that got canceled.
A lot of low scoring endeavors.
I think a lot of people were in that game. I mean, you look at Mom's team in this one, 2 players in that game. You had a player in that game because 2 of the best teams in football, 2 of the best offenses in football. A lot of offensive firepower. I'm looking at it. Every single person in our league had somebody in that game, with the exception of Sarah. So that makes sense.
There you go.
And maybe Taylor. Let me look. No, that's not true. Avery didn't have one either.
Avery didn't. Avery had Joe Burrow, but I think she started Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, she started Mahomes. But yeah, so 6 of the 8 teams in our league had players involved in that game. So heavily changed the outcomes for sure. And it's good to know that he seems to be doing better.
He's
the gentleman that was injured, Damar Hamlin.
I saw that on the ESPN homepage.
You know that when a football game becomes a news story beyond just ESPN and stuff, that something has happened. And it's like they said, it's the first time ever, in my recollection, someone was administered CPR on the field. So
yeah, I don't think that's ever. I've never seen that.
Kind of wild. But
there you go.
He's doing better. We're doing better. We're going to do better next year. Better. That's our theme, actually. Better next year.
There it is. Better next year. Beat your Buttercups 71 over Just in Time 51.
So does that make you the? So was this the 5-6 game?
The best
5-6.
Is this the best loser?
No.
Is that what you're asking?
This is the 5-6 game. So you are the 5.
I got 5th place.
Yes, I believe that is correct.
Why did I get 5th place?
Well, because championship game, 3-4 game.
Hold on, where's that?
No. I'm bad at math. You were the. Yeah, no. This is the 5-6 game.
Did I lose last week? Hold on.
Yeah.
I lost in the first round of playoffs to you.
To me, barely.
But I won in the second round. So I won every game in the losers consolation bracket. But I think somebody else did that.
Well, but I'm saying Taylor and I both won and then lost, and we only played each other. So I would deem that the 3-4 game.
Well,
you kept out by winning the first round of the playoff consolation. You stayed out of the cellar dweller matchup. You stayed out of the 7-8.
That sucks. I got 5th as 8s.
5th. It's okay.
Unfortunately.
Let's move on.
There you go.
Tough for Mom. She had 2 players in that game, and also Tony Pollard didn't play. So 3 players from her squad were DNPs.
CD's Nuts versus TaylorMade Jalen's 90 to 63 for TaylorMade Jalen's in the 3-4 game.
Do you want to know what I'm noticing? And this is
What?
kind of wild. Because they canceled the game, they got rid of the points from those players.
Really?
Yeah. So they all have a
thought it
line
said-
now. There were guys that had points. I think T. Higgins scored a touchdown in that game for Mom.
But nobody gets any.
But nobody got any points. So talk about this next one. I got to kick some children out of the room.
Okay, that's fine. There's the St. Patty's versus I don't know IDK. We have a 92 to 72 victory for I don't know IDK. Let's check into it. Let's see what we have. I gotta go over to my handy dandy little scoreboard here. Oh, probably the talk of the town on Dad's team, Tom Brady going for 38 points. He's actually kind of gotten hot for the past couple weeks.
Old Man River
Let's see.
getting it going, getting
playoff
ready
time.
for the playoffs to beat the Cowboys in the first round, probably.
It's the playoffs. Tom Brady is getting there. Let's see, what is he?
He's over the divorce. He's ready to go.
Let's see how many points. What kind of points do we have?
37
I don't
from
care about
Tom.
I don't care about his quarterback rating. Just give me his points.
Just click on his name.
Well, I know, but I want his. Oh, it gave me his.
Yeah, he was bad last week. 11.
Oh well, there you go.
When
Did he not score like 35 points 2 weeks ago?
No.
I could have sworn he did.
I think it was Rodgers. You're maybe confusing the two of them
That might be true.
because they both were really bad. Rodgers, until like last week, hadn't gone over 20 the entire year. And
He's old.
Brady only went over 20 once in week 4, looking at the line. And he was 10, 9, 14, 25. That was week 4. 19, 13, 11, 17, 15, 16, 18, 17, 10, 16, 11, and then 37.
37 burger. There you go.
We talked about this. I think we'll talk about it in a minute. He may have been the start of the week. A new award coming next year.
We will talk about that. Let's go. We can go to the championship matchup. There it
No,
is.
you got to highlight mine. Or did you already do me
Why?
losing?
I already did here.
I lost 2 players. I think I probably win with those 2 guys.
We did yours before. We did theirs before you went to a children's.
I know. I had to go attend to some children.
Anyway, the championship game. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, they really did take away points. That's super weird.
Yeah, that's tough.
The championship game. Let's go, Brandon versus Lot Lazards. Let's go, Brandon being declared. We should have had a little graphic. Tough. Let's
Yay.
see.
Hold on.
Do your applause. Do your applause.
Congratulations.
There it is.
Hold on. Air horn. What else we got?
other-
Party noise.
Let's What other things? I wish I had I want like a confetti. I need like a button for like confetti to like.
So
pour
it
down
falls, so
on
it
my-
rains. Whoa,
Yeah.
that's not confetti.
Whoa.
That's whiteout. What have you done?
Where'd I go?
You-
How did I don't know what this is.
I love it.
Why am I?
You are a
What is
ghost.
going on?
I'll go solo to me while you figure it out.
Oh,
But
there it is. I
congratulations
found
on the win. And Cooper's back.
it. That was super weird. Hold on.
Mhm.
That's gonna take too much effort. Sarah, just know I was trying to put confetti coming from the top of the screen. I didn't have time to find a transparent video for that. I was
We're going to be better at everything next year.
we'll be better.
We're going
So,
to
we
be
can talk
production is going to go up next year. I've
Oh
got
wait, hold on.
look at I
We
even
do have
got so that we can stream better, right?
We
I mean,
do
I'd
have-
be lying
we
if
do
I
have
said
an
it
MVP.
for this, but yeah, give us the MVP
We
of that
do have
game.
an MVP. We do have an MVP. MVP out of Let's Go Brandon.
I
He is
dare
awesome.
say, now this is because he was solid all year long. He might be our league MVP. Austin Eckler.
Interesting.
My reasoning here, and we can argue this, but my reasoning being, he won last week for her against me. Needed 15 to advance, got her 19. And then in the championship, puts up 28. And he's been solid. You look at every year. Let's look at Austin Eckler on the season. I'm going to read it.
I think the only
game log for Austin Eckler. 7.95. Weak start to the season. But then 28, 31, 14, 24, 17, 6 is a lull, 16, 14, 8, 16, 13, 19, 28. Double digits every week. And high teens most weeks. Yeah. 260 on the season.
Who's the only other one that can like even?
I wanted to see what totals look like high scoring players. You go to all running backs. Let's just do all running backs, all receivers.
Let's see, who are the scoring leaders in every? Pat Mahomes.
So if you do all flex players, all of them, and then you do scoring on the season, she had the 2 highest scoring players. I think this is of note.
Did she have Josh Jacobs?
She had Josh Jacobs and Austin Eckler.
Wow. Josh Jacobs, I was going to say, because he also might be in the running for.
But the thing about it, the reason for me, I would take my league MVP would be Eckler, because even though he scored 10 fewer points, he didn't have the how many points? Josh Jacobs had 2 weeks where he almost put up like 50, I think. Let's look at this.
Yeah, well, I think, let's see. Josh Jacobs is 7, 8, 9, 29, 25.
That 42-pointer.
5, 8, 16, 16, 42, 49, or 42, 19, 17, 11, 5, 15. So I feel like Josh Jacobs was kind of boomer bust, honestly.
Well, he just was. He had bigger highs and lower lows. He wasn't really bust ever. I mean, he had 5 points a couple times. Yeah, but he was almost always double digits. But Eckler was always like right at 20. And then every once in a while he'd go up to 30, but he never really dipped. So give me the dude who's going to give me 20 a week. Almost.
That's a good.
That's why my vote, if you were given it, would be Eckler. Even though he scored fewer points.
I think that's a fair assessment. Because he was integral to Sarah's team taking 2 wins.
Well, advancing.
Yeah. He makes a case for MVP.
Well, and I get that points are all the same, whether you score them on Saturday or whether you scored on Monday. The points ultimately are the same, but where he scored 19 on the Monday night game, it felt like he came through in the clutch, even though he had no idea and it didn't really matter. But
it matters to us.
Well, but I really do. I think we could vote on this. I think we ought to do league MVP. We could do a vote. We'll have a couple polls, but I would put the campaign banner up for Austin Eckler in my yard.
I think we have to have an MVP of we could probably have to have a quarterback MVP and then a flex MVP.
Do we need to do some polling? Is that what's going on? We need to have many things we vote upon.
Maybe. But let's get to the most important topics of discussion.
Okay.
The trophy. What are we doing for a trophy?
I think that have we settled on this, or do we put this out there for everyone too? Because you had pulled up some rings, and I said I don't really think we should do a ring because then you have to buy a new one every year.
I think we should have a family poll or discussion about this.
Let's lay out the options. So I love Austin Eckler's air guitar, but it's starting to give me a headache.
Yeah, that's fine. We can move to.
So options are.
There's the belt. So
ring.
Hold on, I think the belt is traveling trophy.
Belt is. I think traveling trophy is the only way. I shouldn't say that before, but I think traveling trophy is the only way to go. Or continuing trophy. It doesn't necessarily even have to travel.
Trophy.
Yeah. Ring exists.
Okay, so there's belt and you would you would get to have it the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
There is ring, so we would give a new ring out every year. This doesn't have to be this one, but like a ring
Mm-hmm.
every year, and then an engravable trophy that either
And this
travels
seems
or
intense,
stays. Yeah,
but it's an
the
example because we could
a
also there's also the
traveling
plaque
trophy.
option exists where it's just like
I did not get any plaques, but we could do that.
everyone knows what a plaque looks like, so we're good. It's just imagine this trophy, but
It's a
without the
rectangle.
football and this stuff. It's just the bottom.
So, and the options would be to travel, to have it go around. You could sit it literally on your mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Not this year for you, Jesse, unfortunately, but maybe next one.
It's
Better
tough.
next year. Or it could stay at mom and dad's house.
And it could always sit on their mantle. Right.
Yep.
And there's
These
also
are
there's the third option where it's actually like kind of what is it? White elephant style trophy where it's kind of funny. And I say this only because my favorite trophy that I have is like the dumbest
gopher?
trophy I ever got, but it's the only one I care about.
Is your MVP gopher?
Yeah. The mud trophy. Shane calls it because it doesn't even look like it says MVP. It looks like it says mud. Has googly eyes, and one of the feet is now knocked off because he's been abused. That's my favorite.
We could
mold one
hire
out of
a
clay.
artist.
I kind of like. We hadn't talked about that. I kind of like that one a lot.
I think that's kind of funny.
Maybe we get the kids to make it, or maybe Avery could make it. That would be her. I just came up with it. Maybe Avery has to make one out of clay because she was the last place squad. I've decided this is a fun option. Maybe that could be because that's kind of fun. Maybe every year the last place person has to make the trophy for the winner. This is a new option that I've come up with as we're talking that I think is kind of fun.
I kind of like the clay trophy. I just don't know how. Like, where do you get that like fired, or do you just let it air dry?
I'm sure that there's Amazon has everything, man. Let's look it up.
There's probably like self-curing clay that will just cure in the air.
Let's look self-curing moldable clay. It got to be something.
Air hardening modeling clay.
Modeling clay, yeah.
$10 on Amazon for a 2-pound.
Yeah, look at this self-hardening clay, 16 pounds. It's white. Oh yeah, this is the jam. This is it. I started not knowing what the trophy needed to be. I kind of love this idea. But we can put it up to a vote, but I personally love this idea.
I think that would be really funny.
Because then it makes it so there's like a kind of punishment, but not really.
Jesse still wants to have somebody take the ACT.
ACT is funny. So here, let me get this up so everybody can kind of see. This is the moldable clay that we're talking about here.
I found one that comes with little tools that you can sculpt your clay with.
Oh, really? Let me get this up.
This one, hold on.
Oh, you put it up there.
Actually, maybe it's lying to me, and these tools are just to deceive me into thinking that it will come with it. I think that
it could be, but regardless, this is us quickly researching. But I really like this moldable clay trophy because it does two things. It involves the loser, means we can have a new one every year, and
they're unique.
They're unique and funny.
It's honestly probably a better talking point if they're like, what is that? Like,
yeah, I love it. Like, I'm telling you, I love this idea. I've decided, as the commissioner, I get 2 votes in the poll. I just made that up too, and I am voting both of my votes. Moldable clay, annual trophy, sculpted by the loser. I will ship it out to this year's loser from Amazon. So I'm gonna need Avery's address, and I need it sculpted, and also I would like some type of videoing of the
Googly eye.
sculpting process. Mm-hmm. But anyway, these are my demands.
So there you have it, folks. We could have a ring, a belt, a big plaque like this, or
All
the
those ideas suck. It's moldable clay
custom.
sculpted by the loser.
I'm kind of in on it. I think it might be fun.
3 volts clay. It costs the least
3
amount of
volts.
money. It's fun. I'm in on this.
There is one caveat. Your moldable clay sculpture must have googly eyes on it.
Googly eyes are a must. I'll ship the googly eyes as well. You have to, I will say this, you have to submit your designs for approval. So if you're going to try and make something, you got to say, this is what I'm going to make. I don't want to see anybody like, oh, it's a ball. No, there's got to be effort. I want some effort in the molding process. The sculpting. If you need sculpting tools, I don't know, maybe they don't. I got Play-Doh stuff. Got a lot of Play-Doh stuff. This is my vote.
All right. Well, we can put the poll in the family group chat, but I think we're done with the podcast
I think we're done.
this.
It's sad to see it come to a close like this. Oh, do you want to do your face so the trophy? I was going to go.
Hold on. Yeah, it's just me. I'm just the trophy. There I am. I made it.
But yeah, that's my vote. I vote clay. Moldable clay is my vote.
I think I think I'll do the moldable clay is funny. I vote moldable clay.
It's super funny, and like you might think, oh, that's cheesy. It's my favorite. And there's nothing better than having some stupid, ugly clay thing on your mantle and like, what is that dumb thing? Somebody's gonna ask you, and then you get to tell them, oh, that's what we do. And I think it's really funny.
That's a yearly family tradition. We have fantasy football, and the winner gets a trophy molded by the loser. Perfect.
I'm a big fan of this.
That's the end of the podcast.
All right. Anything you want?
Done.
What was your favorite thing from your favorite insight, favorite thing that happened on this year's league, pod, whatever, as a result of our fantasy football?
I think the Christmas special was pretty good. Learning that Mom learned that you knew that you were getting an Xbox early.
Taylor never said anything, by the way.
Taylor needs to break his silence on that.
Was he part of that?
Did he know?
Is he gonna own it? Well, I don't know. And I'm saying this, I really don't know if he knew. I almost think he didn't. And I think that I knew, and he was like, "Oh, I really want one," but I don't remember.
Well, he'd been like what, 7, and you were 14.
Something like, I think I was 15, so he's probably 8.
Okay.
I feel like 8-year-old is really excited about Xbox, but maybe not. Maybe he was right in between, and maybe I was actually the one really excited about it. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to get a second witness on that, but I think we break for the podcast. We're done.
Good, unless we need we had talked about doing a family gossip pod each week, but I don't know that has legs.
I don't know what we would gossip about, because apparently I am the topic of gossip.
I think you'd have I think you would get the most run. I do think that.
I'd get the most run time on the family.
I'm just not that interested.
We can't call it the KFF. It's just the Coons Family Podcast, the KFP.
Coons Family Fun for Podcast. I don't know. I was trying to make another F, but didn't go.
No F's given.
Yeah, there would be no F's on that pod.
No F's.
Well, there'd be one F.
All right. There's one F. One F is given. You have a meeting at 10.
I do.
I also need to get ready for the day.
Sounds good. Let's cut it. Let's wrap it. We will need polls.
What's the opposite of salutations? Whatever.
Salutations.
Yeah, That's how
You're looking
Houston's
for a
like,
fancy way to
hello.
say
Like,
goodbye? Is that what we're...
yeah. I wanted an eloquent send-off for the podcast, not just see you later.
I think it goes out the way it came in, surprisingly quick.
There you go.
All right, we'll end it. Let's
So
go.
we'll have polls. We will
Polls
have
will be
polls
out. So let's recap
with
quickly what the polls are going to be. League MVP,
what's the trophy?
trophy selection. Anything else? Oh, the one thing did we mention I want to do next
Super Bowl?
year's, and maybe we do this leading up to it, but I think next year we should have the divisions be like conferences in football. So like you stay on your side until the
AFC,
Super Bowl, and then there's no points given in the, like there's no home field advantage in the Super Bowl or in the championship of our league next year. This is my thought.
Everybody mull that over. Sleep on it.
Mull that over. But yeah, the other ones will be polls, but that's my suggestion. Unless somebody really pushes back, that's what we're going to do.
Search, ponder, and pray about what we should do with our fantasy football league next year.
Sounds good. Well, that's the end of it. Wrap it up. Send it home. Thanks, everyone, for playing.
Better luck next year.
Yeah.
364 more days to hockey tryouts.
Well, no, because that was...
It's not.
Yeah, I do love that movie, though.
It's a good one.
All right. Congratulations, everyone, on a year well played. Sarah with the win. Weird way to go out.
Well done.
With the bank. That's weird. The last game of our... The weirdest part to me is that they didn't give anybody any of those points that happened because they canceled it. That'd be really frustrating. Imagine if ours had come down to points that were scored in that game and then went away. Ooh. Somebody somewhere is really mad. For sure. Like there's somewhere a fantasy football guy so mad because all he needed was the points that happened in the little bit of that game that happened, and they cancel it now. So nothing from that.
Hold on.
But
hold on. That's what I need.
What's this?
Where am I?
Thumbs up.
Where's my?
Oh, you're trying to do the. You're doing the hands.
Where's my big hands?
There it is. Thumbs up. Let's give you solo. Let's let you be solo to finish. Tell us how, sign us off.
Big thumbs up for Coon's Family Fantasy Football Podcast. We'll see. Can I wave? Does big hand work on the wave? Yeah, it does. Bye, everyone. We'll see you later.